Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's go outside, check out our weather window and see what's happening from this afternoon. And boy, it was a beautiful early February, I guess now mid-February day all across north central Washington. A mix of high clouds and some blue sky out there as we look down from our Wenatchee Heights Sky-Fi Tower camera, one of our favorite cameras. And boy, what a great view of the valley. And I'll tell you, if you like today, you are going to like the rest of this week and this weekend. We are talking temperatures between 40 and 50 degrees. I think we're going to make 50 tomorrow. And then through the weekend, we're talking highs between 40 and 45. And keep in mind, normally, we should be about between 30 and 40 degrees. So above normal weather coming our way. And we'll talk more about it coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office is searching for a suspected car thief who on Sunday eluded arrest in Manson. Senate Democrats unveiled a 16-year state transportation plan Tuesday that does not include funding for Wenatchee's Confluence Parkway project or apparently any other major central Washington road projects. And COVID-19 vaccine clinics have a new location in the town of Okanogan. But first, our top story tonight, the outdoors nonprofit Run Wenatchee says someone broke into its storage building recently on North Wenatchee Avenue, making off with a hefty load of branded t-shirts, tents, coolers, and other merchandise. The group organizes trail runs and other running pursuits throughout the Wenatchee Valley. The goods were stored in black plastic totes with yellow lids, most of them with Run Wenatchee stickers on them. Organizers ask that if you see their branded gear in some out-of-the-way place, contact Run Wenatchee or the Wenatchee Police Department. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office is searching for a suspected car thief who on Sunday eluded arrest in Manson. The Sheriff's Office said about 7:45 p.m. Sunday, a deputy saw a vehicle that had been reported stolen out of Bridgeport at the gas pumps outside the Mill Bay Smoke Shop. The deputy reportedly saw the suspect get into the vehicle and drive toward Chelan on Highway 50. The Sheriff's Office said the suspect failed to stop for the deputy and the pursuit was halted because it didn't meet criteria required under Washington's new policing laws. The stolen vehicle was recovered Monday near Apple Acres in Chelan. Anyone who can help identify the suspect is asked to contact Deputy Tristan Jurgensen through the Rivercom non-emergency line, and that phone number is 509-663-9911. Senate Democrats unveiled a 16-year state transportation plan yesterday that does not include funding for Wenatchee's Confluence Parkway project or apparently any other major central Washington road projects. 12th District State Senator Brad Hawkins, who serves on the Senate Transportation Committee, said he remains hopeful amendments can be added to the Democrats' proposal that will include Confluence Parkway and other district priorities. He said today that his strong bipartisan relationships will be key in getting those amendments added to the bill in the Democratically controlled legislature. The Transportation Committee will meet Thursday morning to review the Democrats' Move Ahead Washington proposal, which puts a strong emphasis on climate issues. The bill would provide free transit and ferry rides for kids, investments in a high-speed rail corridor, electrification of state ferries, and an I-5 bridge over the Columbia River. Area leaders are seeking $85 million from the state to go with federal funding for the Confluence Parkway project, which involves a North Wenatchee Avenue bypass, including a new bridge over the Wenatchee River. COVID-19 vaccine clinics have a new location in the town of Okanogan. Legion Park, near the Okanogan County PUD headquarters, will be the site of drive-through vaccination events starting at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. this Friday and continuing every other Friday, February 25th, March 11th, and March 25th. All 3 approved COVID vaccines will be offered. Vaccine clinics in Okanogan have previously been held at the county fairgrounds. Well, coming up next, Grant County PUD has hired its former chief operations manager as the PUD's new general manager and chief executive officer. 12th state representatives Keith Gaynor and Mike Steele will hold a virtual town hall on February 19th to give an update on the 2022 legislative session. Knowles Road improvement work is set to begin on March 1st. And the Empire Builder, the cross-country train that runs from Chicago to Seattle with stops in Wenatchee, has a new way of getting around. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you, you're our lifeline.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
Welcome back. In another news, Grant County PUD has hired its former chief operations manager as the PUD's new general manager and chief executive officer. Rich Wallen, who has been with the PUD since 2017, had been serving as interim general manager since January 1st. He replaces Kevin Nort, who the PUD said stepped down to focus on health issues and has since taken on an energy supply role with the PUD. Wallen is originally from West Virginia and served more than a decade in the U.S. Navy, including time as the chief mechanical operator aboard the USS Enterprise aircraft carrier. 12th state representatives Keith Gaynor and Mike Steele will hold a virtual town hall February 19th to give an update on the 2022 legislative session. The Republican lawmakers will also take questions during the Zoom meeting, both live and questions submitted in advance. Links to register can be found on either of the legislators' websites, which are mikesteele.houserepublicans.wa.gov or keithgaynor.houserepublicans.wa.gov. The town hall will begin at 2 p.m. Saturday, February 19th. Well, a thoroughfare in one of Wenatchee's fastest-growing neighborhoods will soon receive an upgrade. Knowles Road between School Street and American Fruit Road is on the Chelan County agenda for widening and repaving starting February 28th. The intersection with American Fruit Road is also scheduled for changes that will make it easier for motorists turning or crossing. The road, which serves the Sunny Slope area, will get a consistent 32-foot wide plus sidewalks, a shared-use shoulder, and better drainage. A Chelan PUD water main that's nearing the end of its use will also be replaced. The county warns there will be some detours, and Knowles Road will be reduced to one lane of local-only traffic for much of that construction period. The work is expected to go on through early October. Well, the Empire Builder, the cross-country train that runs from Chicago to Seattle with stops in Wenatchee, has a new way of getting around. Amtrak on Tuesday unveiled the ALC 42 locomotive, a more environmentally friendly engine that can also reach a higher top speed, about 125 miles per hour. The engines are designed to consume less fuel and cut emissions by more than 89% compared to the engines they're replacing. Locomotives 301 and 302 are among the first of 75 locomotives that will begin pulling Amtrak cars over the next 2 years. They made their debut yesterday, pulling out of Amtrak's Chicago rail yard and heading westbound. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Somewhere behind these doors is a family member, often alone, taking care of a loved one with Alzheimer's or some other disability, or providing care for a loved one who is not ill but only aging and no longer able to care for themselves. In the field of caregiving, this is the home front. For the home is where most Americans will live out their last days. Contact Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington for a variety of services including caregiving, meals, and medication help.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. 4 Wenatchee High School seniors specializing in sports medicine are on their way to present a report at a prestigious conference this summer. Sports medicine instructor Dale Blair oversaw their case study of a young woman athlete who was dealing with the effects of long COVID, the complications that occur in some patients recovering from the pandemic virus. NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins met with Mr. Blair and his students who will present their paper this June in Philadelphia for the National Athletic Trainer Association. You can see the full interview Friday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. In tonight's feature story, here's just a sample.
Luckily, we had pretty good access to someone with this condition, so that helped a lot. And it was a very good topic to pick, with the time. So since it's misunderstood right now, I think it was a good thing to really cover in this day and age.
What were the ultimate findings? What kind of conclusions did you draw from the study?
I think we found out that there's still a lot about COVID that we don't know. And this case study helped us a lot. There's a lot I didn't know that COVID can affect your body. And we learned how our patient was mistreated a little bit with how society thought she was fear-mongering and all this sort of things. And we were really lucky that she was able to talk to us and just tell us her story.
And did you find that you were able to help this person in any way?
I think for us and a lot of people, we get to be advocates. And once people are more aware, they're more sympathetic and more empathetic, and they have a better understanding of what that person's going through.
But COVID is very stigmatized to a lot of people, so it was really interesting to get to know someone more deeply about how it affected them and their lives.
Do you feel like you all went into this with some preconceived notions about COVID and came out feeling differently about the disease or understanding it differently?
Well, considering we're all interested in some form of healthcare, I think we all are very careful and cautious of COVID, and we all do our best to spread. Me and Nick have taken summer classes where our final is on COVID, and we really love learning about things that are current in our society. And I feel like I've learned a lot just from this case study alone about how it can affect someone's body in ways, considering it's a respiratory illness that you never even realized.
What were the conclusions for this person, and what's their outlook? Are you able to say?
They're on the way up, I'd say. They had like a difficult journey, obviously, but I think it's looking up for them.
Still a lot of progress to be made,
Yeah.
but she's working very hard, and I think she's going to be very successful.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Wednesday. And boy, no complaints out there weather-wise today. We had all kinds of bright sunshine, some blue skies mixed with some high clouds, and it made for a beautiful day as we look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera up on Wenatchee Heights. Unofficially, it got nice today. In fact, we might even raise that a little bit when we talk again tomorrow night. 44 unofficially today. 40 now is our normal high temperature in the Wenatchee area. Our record 55 beautiful degrees, and that was set back in 1998. As far as lows go, we're right in the ballpark. Normal 27 degrees this morning, while our record 8 degrees, and that was set back in 1985. Sun came up at 7:15 this morning, and the sun sets now at 5:15. Let's take a peek now at those Thursday temperatures. I don't think there's going to be any complaints about tomorrow's weather, that's for sure. Even warmer than today. 47 in Moses Lake and Ephrata, 48 in Quincy, almost 50 degrees, and I think we might get there tomorrow in Wenatchee. 45 in Ellensburg. 48 for you folks in Kashmir, and a beautiful one up in Omak as well, with high temperatures at 45 degrees. Taking a look at what we can expect now. Patchy fog developing overnight. Still our weather driver, this area of high pressure, but it is a dirty ridge, meaning a lot of clouds can move through that ridge of high pressure, and that's what we're seeing. For Thursday, mostly sunny though, and we'll see unseasonably warm temperatures with highs we just showed you near 50 degrees as that ridge of high pressure continues to build over the Pacific Northwest, and it will continue to do so on Friday too. Mostly sunny skies. We will cool down just a tad though on Friday, low to mid 40s for high temperatures then, mainly because our high will scoot up to the north and bring a little bit cooler air our way. As we get to the weekend, things look great. Sunny and mild on Saturday with afternoon high temperatures primarily in the low to mid 40s. I'll tell you, the Tri-Cities, they're going to be flirting with 60 for about the next 3 days. For Sunday then, increasing clouds. Our ridge begins to buckle somewhat on Sunday. Will still be mild though with high temperatures Sunday in the lower 40s. By Monday, here's our area of high pressure, but it will allow some shower activity to move through. It's this area of low pressure dragging those clouds and showers through southern Canada. So we'll see a chance for some sprinkles mainly on Monday morning, and then things dry out once again as we get you into Tuesday. Partly cloudy skies and mild. Once again, high temperatures primarily in the lower 40s. Taking a look now at that 7-day forecast. Boy, there's not much not to like about this. 32 our overnight low tonight. Let's just say 50 tomorrow for the heck of it. 31 our overnight low. And then for 43 with mostly sunny to sunny skies on both Friday and Saturday. And boy, our nice weather will continue Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. High temperatures in the low 40s. There is a slight chance for a shower or two on Monday, but still very nice weather, and on Tuesday, partly cloudy with a high of 42. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
What's the best way to attract a wide variety of beautiful birds to your backyard? By offering the birds the right foods in expertly designed bird feeders from Wild Birds Unlimited. Whether you've been feeding the birds for a while or are just getting started, let our backyard bird feeding specialists show you how to add a little joy to your life and make nature a part of every day. Shop now for exclusive bird foods, feeders, hardware, and more. Wild Birds Unlimited. Products designed by experts. Trusted local advice.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. The Wenatchee Wild even their record on the current road trip at 1-1 with a 3-2 shootout win over Coquitlam last night. Cade Stibbe scored the lone goal in the first period at the 16:42 mark on a man advantage, his 9th of the season. Wenatchee jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the second on Parker Murray's 6th goal of the season in just 5 games. The home squad started their comeback at the 13:01 mark of the second when Jaden Sisson found the back of the net. Tyler Kopf tied the game at 1-1. 6.5 minutes later, the two teams would play a scoreless third period, a scoreless overtime. The game would go down to a shootout. The Express scored with their second skater in the shootout, while Owen Bond and Cade Littler were denied. But then Ian Somoza and Garrett Sidlowski scored, while Tyler Shea denied Coquitlam's next two skaters to give the Wild a 3-2 win. Shea turned aside 33 of 35 shots on goal for the night. Wenatchee's off until Friday when it begins a 2-game, 2-night stint in Prince George against the Spruce Kings. Well, the Seattle Kraken were back on the ice yesterday in preparation for tonight's game against Arizona. It'll be Seattle's first game since the All-Star break, while the Coyotes fell at Vancouver last night 5-1. Coach Dave Hextall says it was nice to get everybody back on the ice after the break.
Well, 4 days off, just get out and knock as much rust off as possible. So, we got up and down the rink as much as we could. We didn't stop and talk a whole lot. We just wanted to get out, like I said, get up and down the rink as much as we could, handle the puck and just get feeling good. So, we've got to dial in on some of the detail tomorrow morning, and we'll do that before morning skate and use morning skate again. And then, just like everybody else, get back at it tomorrow night.
Seattle ended the first half of the season on a winning note with a shutout of the New York Islanders. Hextall says that positive vibe carried the team through the break.
It's nice to come back from a break. Guys were excited to be back. We worked hard today, but guys were, there was a lot of life out there. There's great energy. Some of the execution left a little bit to be desired. We knew that would be the case. That's how it is coming off a break. But guys worked through it, it was a real good positive day in that regard.
Seattle's 5-5 in its last 10 games, and Hextall says they're finally discovering the Kraken brand of hockey he likes to see.
And we did a lot of really good things as a team day in and day out before the break, and that led to good results. We had a couple disappointing losses on that road trip, a couple losses late, but we played well during those games, and we're certainly deserving of the 2 wins that we did get, and the bookend wins on that road trip. So, and that's just a continuation of the last few weeks, really, since we've come back from break. We've had guys dialed in pretty well. Our game is pretty simple. We've checked well, and everybody's just doing, a lot of the little things that give ourselves opportunities to be in those games that, we felt all the way along that we needed to be in. And those are, lower scoring, tight hockey games. And, our team has looked very comfortable in those games.
Yeah, the guys are getting used to each other. They're used to playing with each other. They like each other. Yanni Gord says it's great to have a guy like 16-year pro Mark Giordano as a captain to set an example for the rest of the guys.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal, and we feed off everything he does, because he does everything right. He blocks shot. He does everything this need him to be and to do, and it's phenomenal to to be next to him when he does those things, and it just everybody feeds off him, and it's great leadership, and honestly, he's been, like I said, he's been great.
Seattle and Arizona dropped the puck at 7 o'clock tonight at Climate Pledge Arena. Game will be broadcast on Root Sports Northwest. Turning to the Les Schwab scoreboard in District B girls basketball tournaments last night. Yep, they got underway. First of all, with the District 6 1B tournament, Pateras beat Wilson Creek and Entiat stopped Soap Lake. In the District 6 2B tournament, Tonasket topped Manson 65-34. Lake Roosevelt beat up Bridgeport 96-36. Brewster beat Liberty Bell 64-39, and it was Okanogan all over Oroville 96-6. Oh my. Next round of the tournament will be Friday. The 1Bs will gather at Moses Lake Christian with Pateras facing Waterville Mansfield at 6, followed by Entiat and Moses Lake Christian at 7:30. 2B girls schedule has Tonasket at Lake Roosevelt at 6:30, while Okanogan is hosting Brewster. Well, the CWAC District 5-6 tournament, 2A tournament got underway for the girls last night with Ephrata falling to Othello 62-35. Grandview topped East Valley 51-40. District 5-6 2A tournament for the boys gets underway tonight with Ephrata playing at Prosser at 7 o'clock while Sela visits East Valley. On the Les Schwab Prep Boys basketball scoreboard from last night, this is regular season stuff here. Moses Lake and Wenatchee played the first of 2 games between the schools this week, with the Chiefs coming out on top, 59-42. We'll have the rematch Saturday here live on the NCWLIFE channel. Eastmont, meanwhile, couldn't hold a 9-point fourth quarter lead last night as West Valley outscored the Wildcats 24-13 in the final frame to win it 74-72. Eamon Monahan led Eastmont with 26 points. Ethan Easley had 10 in the loss. Eastmont girls able to knock off West Valley 49-46 to earn the Wildcats' second Big Nine win of the season. District 6B tournaments get underway for the boys tonight. In the 1B tournament, Waterville Mansfield plays Riverside Christian at Soap Lake at 6, followed by Pateras and Soap Lake at 7:30. At Moses Lake Christian, Wilson Creek and Entiat start things off at 6, followed by Cascade Christian and Moses Lake Christian at 7:30. In the 2B tournament, Bridgeport plays at Lake Roosevelt at 6:30, while Brewster hosts Liberty Bell. Manson travels to Tonasket, and Okanogan hosts Oroville. Well, we mentioned basketball. Yep, we have Eastmont Wenatchee Friday at Eastmont High School. We'll watch it live here on the NCWLIFE channel. Girls start at 5:45, followed by the boys at 7:30. As we mentioned, we'll be at Wenatchee Saturday for the Panthers and Moses Lake Chiefs, with the girls at 5:45, followed by the boys at 7:30. Big game, by the way, earlier today in Pullman. Don't have a score yet. We'll have to get that tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Washington State was hosting 24th ranked Oregon at the Beasley Coliseum. That game was broadcast on Pac-12 Network. I wasn't able to watch it. We got too much stuff going on. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And as Eric continues to fill in for Dan Coons, let's go right back to him now for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Eric?
Thank you much, Grant. Be sure and join us tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley when we'll talk with Sean Ziers, our hockey buddy, who's the interim voice of the Wenatchee Wild. Wild went 1-1 on the first part of this road trip. They got 2 more games coming up on Friday and Saturday. We'll get a preview of that with Sean as we Skype with him. Also, well, today's Winning Wednesday, but tomorrow we're going to give you a chance to win some tickets to head to the home show this weekend. So be sure and join us for a Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant?
Thank you very much, Eric. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.
"2020 promises to be the most exciting year in politics and business that you're likely to see for a long time. Get the facts and information weekly here on the 12th District with yours truly, Kerry Condata. Also on demand at NCWLIFE.com.